The quantum lab hummed with familiar energy as Dr. Rachel Hammond adjusted the settings on her latest experiment. The particle accelerator's gentle whir had become a lullaby over her 15 years at the facility. She brushed a strand of graying hair from her face, squinting at the readings that danced across her holographic display. "Something's not right," she muttered, tapping the crystalline surface. The quantum signatures were unlike anything she'd seen before, particles existing in impossible states, defying the very laws she'd spent her career studying. The lab's temperature dropped suddenly, frost crystallizing on the reinforced windows. Rachel's breath came out in visible puffs as she watched the accelerator's chamber fill with a swirling, iridescent light. Her fingers flew across the emergency shutdown controls, but nothing responded. "Security breach in Lab 7, the AI system announced calmly. Quantum containment protocols engaged." Rachel should have run. Protocol demanded immediate evacuation. Instead, she found herself drawn toward the chamber, where reality itself seemed to be folding in on itself. The light coalesced into a singular point, then expanded explosively. Rachel threw her arms up to shield her eyes. When she lowered them, she found herself face to face with something impossible. Hovering 3 feet off the ground was a being that defied description. Its form shifted like liquid mercury, sometimes humanoid, sometimes geometric, always beautiful. What appeared to be stars twinkled within its translucent body. Dr. Rachel Hammond, it spoke, its voice resonating directly in her mind. "I am Nixis, keeper of the quantum fold." Rachel's scientific mind warped with the impossible sight before her. What are you?" "I am what your people might call an advanced alien species, though such terms are inadequate. Your experiment created a bridge between dimensions, something that should have been impossible for your current level of technology. Nixis's form solidified slightly, taking on a more humanoid appearance while maintaining its ethereal quality." "That's not possible," Rachel stammered. "We were just testing quantum entanglement theories." "And in doing so, you proved yourself ready." Nixis extended what might have been a hand, revealing a small crystal that pulsed within her light. "In accordance with the ancient laws of my people, I am bound to offer you 3 wishes." Rachel laughed nervously. "Wishes? Like a genie in a bottle." "The myths of genies originated from early encounters with my kind," Nixis explained. "But unlike your fairy tales, these wishes operate within the bounds of quantum probability manipulation. You can reshape reality, but there are consequences to consider." The lab's security systems blared in the background, but they seemed distant, unimportant. Rachel's mind raced with the implications. As a scientist, she should be skeptical, demanding proof, running tests. Instead, she found herself asking, what are the rules? You cannot directly cause death or manipulate free will. You cannot create or destroy matter, only rearrange what exists. And most importantly, each wish creates quantum ripples that may have unexpected effects. Rachel's hand trembled as she reached for the crystal. And if I refuse? Nixis's form rippled. Then I return to the quantum fold, and humanity continues on its current path. But consider this, your species stands at a crossroads. The choices you make with these wishes could determine the course of human evolution. The crystal felt warm against Rachel's palm, its light pulsing in sync with her heartbeat. Security would breach the lab any minute. She had to make a decision. I accept, she said, her voice stronger than she felt. But I need time to think about my first wish. Time, Nixis echoed, amusement coloring its mental voice, is something we have plenty of. With a gesture, The alien being froze the world around them, leaving Rachel alone with the weight of universe-altering decisions resting in her hand. Rachel sat in her dimly lit office, the quantum crystal casting ethereal shadows on the walls. Nixis hovered nearby, its form shimmering like the northern lights. The security footage had been altered. To the outside world, nothing unusual had happened in Lab 7. "Your species is remarkably adaptable," Nixis observed. "Most beings require more time to process our existence." "I've spent my life studying quantum mechanics," Rachel replied, turning the crystal in her hands. "The idea of multiple realities, of things beyond our understanding, it's not as shocking as you might think." The alien's form rippled with what might have been amusement. "Yet you hesitate to make your first wish." "Because I understand the responsibility." Rachel stood, pacing her office. "Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. In quantum mechanics, observing a particle changes its state. What happens when you change reality itself?" "Now you begin to understand why we choose scientists," Nixis said. "Your kind sees patterns, considers consequences." Rachel stopped at her window, looking out over the research facility's grounds. "Tell me about the others, the ones who came before." "Some wished for personal gain, wealth, power, immortality. Others sought to advance their civilizations too quickly. Few considered the quantum entanglement of all things." "And what happened to them?" "Their civilizations exist in various quantum states. Some thrived, others." Nixis's form darkened momentarily. "The multiverse contains many cautionary tales." Rachel's fingers tightened around the crystal. "I think I'm ready for my first wish." "Speak it clearly. The quantum fields must resonate with your intent." "I wish," Rachel took a deep breath, "for humanity to understand quantum mechanics at a fundamental level. Not just scientists, everyone. I want this knowledge to be intuitive, like understanding gravity or time." Nixis's form expanded, filling the office with swirling lights. "A wish of knowledge. Interesting. But consider, how will this change your society? When everyone understands the building blocks of reality, they'll use it responsibly," Rachel said firmly. "Knowledge itself isn't dangerous. It's what we choose to do with it." "Very well." The alien's form began to pulse with increasing intensity. "By the laws of the quantum fold, your wish is granted." The crystal in Rachel's hand grew hot. The world around her shifted, colors bleeding into impossible spectrums. She felt knowledge pouring into her mind, not just formulas and theories, but deep, intuitive understanding of reality's fabric. Then the screaming began. Outside her window, she watched as every human within sight suddenly stopped, their bodies rigid. Their eyes glowed with the same ethereal light as the crystal. In the distance, car alarms blared as vehicles crashed, their drivers momentarily overwhelmed. "What's happening?" Rachel gasped. "Knowledge has weight," Nixis replied calmly. "Understanding quantum mechanics means understanding probability, uncertainty, and the infinite nature of reality. Your species is adjusting." Rachel watched in horror as chaos unfolded across the facility grounds. "Make it stop." "I cannot. The wish is granted. We can only watch as your species adapts, or breaks." The crystal pulsed one final time, then went dark. In the silence that followed, Rachel realized she had either elevated humanity to a new level of consciousness, or doomed them to madness. In the distance, sirens began to wail. A month after the quantum awakening, Rachel found herself in an impossible meeting. Government leaders, scientists, and military officials gathered virtually in a quantum-secured conference, their avatars projected through entangled particles. The changes are irreversible, she explained, watching their reactions. Even if I used my second wish to try removing this knowledge, the quantum alterations to our DNA would remain. Then we need containment protocols. General Harrison's avatar sparked with frustration. Children are walking through walls, Dr. Hammond. Teenagers are creating micro-universes in their garages. Which is precisely why control is impossible. Nexus interjected, its presence causing ripples through the quantum space. Your species has evolved. The only path forward is adaptation. The Chinese representative's avatar flickered. Our analysts report a 60% drop in violent crime worldwide. When everyone can perceive quantum probability clouds, deception becomes nearly impossible. But industrial espionage has skyrocketed, the EU Commissioner countered. Every corporate secret, every classified document. Quantum entanglement makes traditional security obsolete. Rachel manipulated the conference space, bringing up global data streams. Look at the advances we've made. Quantum fusion reactors, solving the energy crisis. Medical breakthroughs using quantum healing. Space exploration through quantum tunneling. At what cost? General Harrison demanded. The old order is collapsing. The economy, education, warfare, everything's changing too fast. Perhaps that's not a bad thing, Rachel suggested quietly. The room fell silent. We're facing extinction-level threats. Climate change, resource depletion, political instability. Maybe we needed this push into a new era. Nexus's form expanded, encompassing the virtual space. Your species stands at a familiar crossroads. Many civilizations reach this point of quantum awakening. Some embrace it and transcend. Others fight it and destroy themselves, Rachel finished. She could see the quantum probabilities branching out before them, infinite futures spawning from this moment. A young Indian scientist's avatar stepped forward. Dr. Hammond, the quantum insights have revealed something extraordinary. The universe, it's conscious, and we're just beginning to communicate with it. That's precisely what we fear, General Harrison growled. We're losing our humanity. No, Rachel countered. We're expanding it. Humanity has always adapted, evolved, pushed boundaries. This is just the next step. She felt Nexus's approval rippling through the quantum field. The alien had been testing them, she realized. Her first wish hadn't just been about knowledge, it was about readiness. Could humanity handle quantum consciousness? The conference dissolved into heated debate, probability clouds shifting with each argument. Rachel watched the futures branch and merge, seeing both terrible destruction and incredible transcendence. Her hand found the crystal in her pocket. 2 wishes remained, and now she understood their true purpose. This wasn't about individual desire. It was about guiding humanity through its quantum adolescence. The question was, what would it take to ensure they survived it? Rachel stood at the quantum observatory she'd wished into existence atop Mount Everest, watching humanity's transformation unfold. The structure existed in multiple quantum states, allowing her to observe every possible timeline simultaneously. Your third wish approaches, Nexus said, its form merging with the quantum streams. The timelines converge on this moment. Below them, cities had evolved into quantum architectures. Buildings that existed in superposition, transportation systems that utilized quantum tunneling. But more importantly, humanity had begun to merge with the quantum fabric of reality itself. They're not ready for the final step, Rachel observed. Some still cling to the old ways. As all species do at this juncture, Nixis replied. Your second wish stabilized the transition, prevented quantum chaos. But evolution demands completion. Rachel watched a group of children playing in quantum space, their consciousness extending beyond traditional dimensions. Her second wish had given humanity the ability to control their newfound powers, preventing the collapse that had destroyed other civilizations. But the third wish, that would determine everything. Show me the failed timelines, she commanded. The observatory shifted, revealing countless worlds where quantum awakening led to destruction. Civilizations that tried to weaponize their powers. Species that fragmented, divided between those who embraced evolution and those who rejected it. And the successes. New visions appeared, worlds where beings of pure quantum energy explored the cosmos, civilizations that transcended physical form to become one with the universe itself. There's no middle ground, is there? Rachel asked. We either transcend completely or... The universe has rules, Nixis confirmed. Quantum consciousness cannot remain partial. Your species must choose. Rachel closed her eyes, feeling the quantum pulses of 8 billion humans. Some reached for transcendence, while others retreated in fear. Our final wish would tip the balance. I wish, she began, then hesitated. Is this truly my choice to make? You were chosen because you understand both science and humanity, Nixis said. The crystal resonates with those who can bridge worlds. Rachel opened her eyes, decision crystallizing with quantum certainty. I wish for humanity to have the choice, each individual to decide their own quantum state, to evolve or remain without conflict or judgment. Nixis's form blazed with unprecedented brightness. In all my cycles, no species has wished for choice itself. They'd always choose one path or the other. The crystal shattered, its power spreading across the planet in a quantum wave. Rachel watched as humanity faced its moment of decision. Some chose to remain in traditional form, while others embraced full quantum transcendence. But remarkably, the two states coexisted, a superposition of human evolution. You've created a new possibility, Nixis observed. A species existing in permanent quantum superposition, both traditional and transcendent. Because that's what makes us human, Rachel said. Not our form, but our ability to choose, to accept differences, to evolve without losing our essence. As the quantum wave settled, Earth became something unique in the universe, a world where multiple states of human evolution coexisted in harmony. Those who chose transcendence explored the cosmos as quantum beings, while others maintained their physical form, each respecting the other's choice. Nixis's form began to fade. My task is complete, but I suspect your species will achieve things even I cannot imagine. Will we see you again? Perhaps. The quantum universe has infinite possibilities. The alien's form dispersed into quantum particles, leaving Rachel alone at the observatory. Below her, humanity continued its unprecedented evolution, not as a single path, but as a spectrum of quantum possibilities. Her wishes hadn't just changed humanity, they had created a new way of being. The sun set in multiple quantum states, painting the sky in impossible colors as humanity embraced its new destiny, not as a single story, but as infinite possibilities coexisting in the quantum dance of existence.